pretty impressive defensive effort from points allowed. I mean, what did you think was working well for y'all tonight?
Yeah, I thought we got spread out a little bit in the first half. I thought and it really was a game, in my opinion, that I thought offensively both teams had plays around the basket to finish and to make, and both teams really did not do a great job around the basket. There was a lot of missed layups by both teams, and we got up by 9 there towards, I think, right under the 3:44-minute timeout, and it was probably, to be honest with you, a little bit of a fraudulent 9-point lead because they had missed a lot of shots. And then all of a sudden, we get a truckload of really good looks by Frazier and by Wilbekin closing out that half, and we missed them all. And then the run started for them right when the shot clock was 1 and down. I think it was Davis doing obviously a tough shot over Frazier, and then we didn't close the half great. And then I thought Sword and their backcourt guys and Johnson hurt us on some drives. We got 2 gapped and 2 spread out. And then I thought in the second half we did a much better job of closing down alleys and gaps, and we didn't really let them get to the basket. And then the other thing too, I think if you look at Mississippi State here at home, I mean, I've never seen this before. In 3 home games, the first 3 SEC games, it's 117 to 47 from the free throw line. So for us, a huge key was, could we defend them off the bounce and not foul and put them to the free throw line? I thought we did a good job there. We got to the free throw line a decent amount, but we didn't shoot the ball particularly well at all from the free throw line. But I thought once we tightened up and closed down some gaps, we maybe eliminated some of those drives. And they hurt us in transition a few times and bound the ball quickly. We didn't get back quick enough. I said this last year, I think Rick's got a really good nucleus. Those guys have obviously gotten a lot better. I know he probably wants to see his team play a little bit better on the road. Those are steps in progress those guys will make over time. But they're a much better team than they were a year ago. And I think when you got a bunch of freshmen out there in this league and they're being thrown to the wolves like that, it's hard. But these guys got a lot more experience under their belt, and really pretty much the same team. They've all progressed and gotten better.
Patrick's presence after picking up 2 fouls.
Yeah, we got him off to a really good start. I thought in the game the first 4 points were scored by him. We ran a play and kind of rolled into the basket. We got him deep post position, and we found him. He made a layup inside. And then Scotty came off a wing pick and roll, and Ware was kind of back level, and he got caught in this tough situation. Pat's rolling, and Scotty found him. Then he picked up his second foul in 7 minutes. It probably wasn't as much as Patrick's fault. The hardest thing with those guys is that Sword has got great speed. Thomas has got really good speed. Bloodman's got good speed. Reddy's got good speed. So when those guys are coming at your bigs off a pick and roll, I mean, it's hard for a 6'9", 6'10" guy to move their feet. And they did a good job of kind of banging into him and forcing Patrick to bump him. And then I thought in the second half, we needed to get him involved. And we tried to go to him and just get him some post touches. And then I think once he got that dunk and he scored another play, it kind of helped us where we had a little bit more balance inside and out. When he was out of the game in the first half, I thought we had a presence to the basket in terms of getting the ball to the lane. But we just missed layups. We missed a lot of layups and so did they. They missed some too. So it offset each other, so to speak.
Casey left for a few minutes in the first half. What was he banged up?
Ankle. He twisted his ankle going in there. I don't think it's too severe, too serious. I think the hard part for him, is he has really been a guy that's been banged up over his career. He had 2 concussions last year. He had an injury last year also with a high midfoot sprain that cost him a couple of weeks. He had another, issue, with his knee that we thought maybe he had some meniscus tears or cartilage tears, and thank God it was a real deep bone bruise. So he's one of those guys that for whatever reason, he gets nicked and banged up pretty good. So it wasn't anything too severe, but he went and got retaped and, probably just played through it.
Frazier's 3-point. He was over 6, and he made his last 3. Are you okay with him firing away, or would you like to see him drive some?
Well, when he's open, I want him shooting. Really do. I thought he had 4 great looks. I thought he let the game come to him, and I thought again, for him, and this is something he's got to get over. He has about as much guilt when he misses an open shot of any player ever coached, and it internally affects him in a negative way. And he's got to move past it. And I thought in the second half, he made a couple of big threes for us that really stretched our lead out. And there was certainly one big one, I think maybe inside a couple minutes to go, we ran some action and we got it thrown back to him and made a three by our bench that took the lead from 9 to 12, and we kind of stayed there. But I was happy the way he responded, shooting the basketball with a level of confidence, maybe more so in the first half.